Let's make an Ostara cocktail to celebrate the Spring Equinox. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the Bewitched Egg from my book, WitchCraft Cocktails. Aligned to the rekindling of life and blossoming earth energy that spring brings, this is a floral, rejuvenating cocktail inspired by the energy of new beginnings, love, beauty, and fertility of abundance. It is a perfect accompaniment for your Ostara or springtime celebrations for a magical spellbinding sip to call in the season. As a disclaimer though, this video is only sharing my inspiration and it is informational in nature. It does not ever replace the advice of a licensed medical professional, nor is it meant to. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to need is something to shake in, preferably a shaker. We are going to start with 1 rosemary sprig. In magical practices, rosemary is associated with the mind, purification, healing, and lots of things truly. In this recipe though, we are really using it for those purifying, peaceful energies for rejuvenation. Next, we're going to add 1 ounce of freshly juiced lemon. In this recipe, we're using lemon for its magical associations of cleansing and joy to uplift. I really recommend juicing your lemons for your drink and not buying the pre-juiced lemon juice from the store. Those really have things added to it for shelf life that change the flavor and thereby also the balance of your cocktail. Benefit is squeezing it yourself also offers another little magical opportunity. While you're squeezing it, you can think of that renewing, purifying energy, just squeezing out and cleansing away anything unwanted in your life. Now it's time for our syrup. The beauty of syrups is beyond just balancing the citrus aspects of the drink, it also offers the opportunity to infuse additional aligned ingredients. In this recipe, I use an elderberry honey syrup, but if you don't want to make that or don't have all of the ingredients, you can totally just make this recipe using the honey and water aspects. If you are able to make the syrup, it's great because it's infused with elderberry and elderflowers. These are associated in magical practices with healing, prosperity, abundance. It also adds more of that floral springtime energy to this drink. It also has apple, and you can think of the magic of apples when they're cut horizontally with the 5-pointed star, with the magical energy of healing, love, fertility, magic, and prosperity. So if you can make it, it is a really lovely syrup. So we're gonna go ahead and add 1 ounce to our shaker. Next, we're adding 3 to 5 drops of food-grade rosewater. In this recipe, rosewater helps add more of that floral aspect. I like to think of the morning dew on roses in springtime. In magical practices, rose is often used for love, healing, luck, and a variety of other intentions. And I also find it has a bit of that spiritual uplifting quality to it as well. Our next ingredient is violet liqueur or Creme de Violette. Violet flowers are among the first to greet the coming of springtime, and they really help further the blossoming energy of this cocktail. In magical practices, violet is used for many things, but particularly in this drink, we are tapping into that peaceful, healing, luck, and love energy. Also, they are associated with fairies and wishes, which I love for connecting to the revival of lively nature spirits at this time. We're going to go ahead and add 1/4 ounce of violet liqueur. Now we're going to add 2 ounces of Blanco Tequila to our springtime Ostara cocktail. I chose tequila for this cocktail specifically because I really felt the myth behind it suited the energy that we are going for. Blue agave can take 10 to 25 or so years to finally be ready to blossom. Farmers have to pay really close attention because they have to harvest it before it blossoms. This is when it releases those beautiful sugars that make a really good tequila. But even if it was left to blossom, it would do so and promptly die. So I really think about the energy of the rebirth of life, that death and rebirth cycle theme that this plant carries, and the beauty and blossoming and the theme of coming to our own power in our own time. There are a number of Aztec origin myths associated with the agave. In some way or another, the agave plant is believed to come from the body of the goddess Mayahuel, connected also to a story of love and passion, and also associated with fertility and nurturing. In Western magical traditions, the agave plant is associated with Mars and also is believed to have the energy of sensuality, love, and lust that really carries the sense of urgency and action of youth that's perfect for ushering in this rebirth and sensuality of spring. Our last ingredient is egg white. Now, if egg white isn't something that you want to incorporate, you can totally do without, or use a replacement like aquafaba. Egg whites are used in classics like whiskey sours, and they really help to add a beautiful foam and texture to the drink and help balance the citrus flavors as well. But for this drink, we are also concerned with the magical energy. And what better ingredient for a spring cocktail than egg? Egg is associated with rebirth, new life, creation, and also the abundance associated with being able to create and rebirth something. It's also used for healing and cleansing and divination. So it really is a perfect ingredient for a cocktail celebrating Ostara and the reemergence of life. A bonus here is that you can actually reuse the eggshell. Clean and dry it and powder it to use in spells. It's often used for protection, particularly when it's powdered down. I have also an Ostara sweetening spell for my Patreon members that incorporates eggshell for this reason. As you are cracking the eggshell, think on your intention. What are you creating or blossoming this spring? Now it is time to shake our cocktail. Because we are using egg white, we actually have to shake twice. Start with a dry shake, so a shake without ice, and then shake a second time with ice. The beautiful thing about a shaker is just the stirring of energy that involves in literally shaking and moving your body, and also the sound that it makes, or rhythm. So as you're shaking, really think on your intention. What are you awakening with the sound of your shaker? What are you waking into your energy and into your life and into the potion that you're making? We're going to be using a coupe glass, a couple of strainers, a hawthorn strainer and a fine mesh strainer. You may be fine with just a hawthorn strainer, honestly, but since I did not pre-strain the pulp out of my lemon juice or my syrup, I'm going to use a fine mesh strainer as well to catch that extra debris. I am personally using my A Bar Above shaker. It's made by someone who's actually an experienced bartender. If you want to go check them out and support their business and support me, there will be a discount code to grab their barware below. Now we're just going to want to garnish it. You can see that beautiful foam, which is perfect for holding on to a couple of rose petals as a garnish. Now I did in my book add a little extra lined action that you can do. So for this recipe, I actually paired it with a piece of Peridot. Peridot is a stone of growth, prosperity, and unconditional love. So it's really great, especially now that the daylight hours are going to be longer than the nighttime hours, to restore our sense of positivity and inner light and growth and abundance. So you can go ahead and hold your stone while you are sipping and really think on your intention of what you're calling it. You've got the flowers and the drink and the Peridot in your hand. That is so good. What do you guys think of this recipe? I would love to know what your intentions are for this spring. What kind of drink maybe do you want to see next? Feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to connect with me and support my work here, because mixology ingredients do cost a lot. As well, if you want a discount on quality barware, I have that link down for you below. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Oh my god, I love it. It's always fun to recreate these recipes. So good. I'm drinking too much of it now.